When I went there, I didn't know that I'm going to such a place where there's no light, no gas, no water.
Salamu, 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 salamu alaikum ya jama, salamu alaikum ya jama, assalamu alaikum.
We bore witness to love. Love that transcends color and borders from the blessed people of Ghana for Hazrat Khalifatul Masih. They returned the love and care this humble servant gave to them for 8 years, until the entire nation reached out to him and embraced him as her own.
When I was here, I did not think of abandoning this country. I considered myself to be a Ghanaian.
Join us on this unforgettable journey in this 2-part series as we tread the footsteps of humility and humanity, exemplified by Huzur as a young devotee.
A very unassuming, gentle, and humble human being.
Witness the example of dedication.
That man was good. If not because of him, like this school would not come to stay.
Witness the example of love.
That's my best friend.
He was teaching you English.
Witness the example of brotherhood.
President today, Huzur, could lay his head with us.
It's an example of humility. It's an example of obedience. It's an example of commitment. It's an example of recognizing a human being for his worth.
Salamu alaikum ya jama, assalamu alaikum.
So, Chief, can you tell us, first of all, how did the whole project start?
The whole project started by instructions from Huzur, the former Huzur, that Ahmadiyah needed a project, a Greek project. So Amir had to send in some delegation then to Tamale. Then they also came down here to meet the people of the village and to put down the farm proposals to them. And a land of 1,000 acres was acquired. We didn't pay for it. It was not cashed. And we started the project.
Chief, can you take me on a trip to the farm?
For sure.
I would like to see the farm for myself.
For sure.
Then I would spend some night there. And there was no proper house, even no house. It was a small village. So we used to spend our nights with those local peoples. So they thatched houses, and they spread mat on the floor, and there you sleep. So I slept many nights in the bush, and whenever I would wake up in the night, I would see around, see if there is any scorpion or something, because there were so many scorpions there, snakes or scorpion around you or not.
Evening approaches as our journey nears its end.
So, Chief, how far is the farm from this village? It is Dipali, but the farm is still ahead, you said?
Yes, from Dipali to the farm, it's about between 3 and 4 kilometers.
The nature of this road now, this is the 21st century, is still so bad. I can imagine 30 years back when you used to ply this road all the time. How was it?
There was no road.
There was no road.
We had to use our tractor because it's a bush machine that paved the way for Huzur's at times pick up to follow.
And I've just been thinking to myself, if it is this difficult now in the 21st century, I'm just wondering how it would have been 30 years or so ago when Huzur worked on these parts of the northern region.
Even with the dirt roads, it would have been impossible to make our way without the village guides. Just imagine how tough it would have been 30 years ago.
So when you saw him for the very first time in your life, what sort of impression did he make on you?
Yeah, I was not too sure whether he could do farming.
Why?
Yes.
Why? I
was not too sure whether he could do farming. Because looking at how he was dressed And I knew him to be the headmaster of Salga Ahmadiyah. So I was a teacher at a secondary school head teacher coming to be a farmer.
So you doubted his ability,
of being a farmer.
But you still went ahead to propose to work with him.
Yes.
There's something that might have gingered you to
you see, because they said Ahmadiyya Agri Projects was going to be, it was a humanitarian, project. It was not a profit-making destiny. And as an Ahmadi, it's a common pledge that we are all the time ready to serve the mission. So that also jeered me to come into the project.
With the help from the locals, we have finally made it to the farm.
All this land that you see was under Ahmadiyya Agri Project.
Wow.
This was acquired by Ahmadiyya Agri Project.
How many acres is that?
Well, we acquired 1,000 acres. Both for cultivation of rice, ginger, experiment of wheat growing, vegetables like okra, carrot, cassia or something like that, and so many other granates. We even did granates at the upper lands.
So can you tell us, before this experimentation on wheat, had you ever seen wheat with your naked eyes, with your own eyes?
No. It was on records that Ghana, no wheat can be grown in Ghana. It was on records in Ghana history that wheat cannot be grown in Ghana. But we experimented it on this land. And it was very useful.
Very, very successful.
Successful.
Wow.
100% successful.
Wow.
So that.
So this is where you used to work?
Yes, we used to work. You see, this was a pavement for irrigation. This was where we could slope our machines down.
Right there?
Yes.
Can we have a look? Wow. It's still there.
Yeah.
Wow. So what used to happen here? You had water?
That is a river.
There's a river there?
That's a river.
Wow.
So our machines were down there.
Is the river still alive?
Yes, let's go.
And you were not scared of snakes or anything when you were working here? Because
what do you have to do?
Frankly speaking, I am scared of snakes.
Okay, let me take the lead.
This is the white volta, I believe.
Yes, I believe.
Yes. So what happened from here? Chief is okay.
No, I want to show you something.
You want me to still come down there?
Yes, come down.
Is it safe?
It's safe. There's nothing. You see? We cleared the land here.
Yes.
Cleared the whole land there. Then our machines were there. Then we would lay pipes up, right? All this was cleared. We put the pumper machine there to draw water from here onto the land.
Wow.
Well, we had three machines working at all the time.
So you had constant water supply for the wheat project.
Wheat project.
And how many months or years did it take for the project to mature? So then you could say now it's been successful.
Yes, the wheat cultivation was done only at one season.
Yeah.
We did it once.
Yes.
And it was successful. Then we did rice irrigation. We did irrigation on rice.
Okay.
It was also successful.
Wow.
Then we did vegetables, okra, onion, carrots.
Was Huzur actively participating
that
in,
was
say,
why
clearing
at times, that was why at times he has to stay. Especially the wheat cultivation was very new.
Yeah.
I never knew agriculture. He was training me.
Yeah.
I was not an agriculturalist. Yeah. But it was through him that I decided developing interest in agriculture.
Wow.
So wheat was the first experiment in Ghana. So Huzur paid more attention to it because when he wanted to do that, he was told he would not be successful because wheat cannot be grown in Ghana.
And he proved the
skeptics wrong.
Yes.
Because those were all-grown directors of agricultural institutions came and visited the farm.
Wow, and they were impressed.
Sustain the truth of it.
Do you remember any scene, for instance, here where Huzur did something here? Did he ever do something here?
What I'm saying that he was in response. He had to teach us how to operate the machines.
Yeah. So what did he do?
He goes. We go in down there with him.
Down there. Oh.
Down there with him. to prime the machines. He would teach us how to prime the machines.
Yeah.
Because if you don't prime the machine, it will not put in water. So he will go in, teach us how to prime the machines, teach us how to lay the pipes up there. He was totally involved.
Tell me about your mode of dressing. How was he dressed?
Farmers. He was a farmer. He was dressed like a farmer.
From the very few people working for the project, Muhammad Baku also had the privilege of working closely with Huzur.
There at the farm, you will never see him sitting, always working here and there. Turning the pipes of this machine, these pumping machines, putting into the water, dipping into the water. You will tell us, oh, let us go to the riverside. Then we'll go, he himself will dip in the pipe into the water. I want the pipe to go inside the water. So we'll pull it and he himself will put it into the water. Then we'll go back and lay the pipes very well. Then we'll spark the machine. Then the thing will be working. And you will never see him at one place, moving here and there.
Yes.
So how long did it take you to establish all this, establish the pumping machines, clear the weeds, and before you started work? How long did it take, the preparatory stages?
Well, the preparatory stages did not take us a long time because hands were all on deck. Nobody was sitting idle. Yes. And there was no rest for anybody until the machines were laid up. Huzur was a very sociable person. And he could say sorry.
Yeah.
The word sorry from him, from his mouth, was not anything a big deal. And he was a problem solver. You see, he could, should there be any problem, he quickly comes in to solve.
Do you remember any such problems?
With this type of nature of work, where all of us were new, right?
Yeah.
We becomes at times becomes bored up with the work. Then he will sit us down, tell us the importance of it. Then we cope up again.
To re-energize you to start working.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so.
And at any time you went wrong, he sits you down and advises you, or this is the way you ought to have done this, that, and that. He was not harsh in
What
words.
kind of leader at the time? He was your leader on the farm.
Yes.
So what kind of leader would you describe him? Would you say he was the kind of leader who would sit back and instruct you, you do that, you do this?
He was very active, involving. He was so involving. He was not a person who sits back and tell you do this and no. He does it for you to see. So when he's not there, you could do it.
What's your most, the most memorable thing that ever happened on this farm between you and Huzur that you'd like to share with us?
You see, what happens was that Huzur was a person, not that because he's Khalifa now, and sometimes I used to ask myself what type of person he was.
Yes.
You see, he used to, at any time there was a problem, or where we the workers were faced with problem with regard to work, he draws it near God.
Wow.
Yes.
How did he do that?
Yes, he will tell you that, oh no, they shouldn't be worried. This is part of God's signs that he exists. You must face this type of problems to show that God exists.
And you used to say prayers here?
Yes, we used to say prayers here, but the spot where we used to say Juma prayers, we can't get there because of waterlock. Other than that,
you used to say Juma here?
Juma. At any time there was, we were prompted Juma here. Huzur will make somebody call Azan.
How many of you?
We are 3, 4.
Even if you were 3?
I remember we were 2 people standing behind Huzur.
And there would be a sermon?
He would deliver a sermon and will lead us in prayers.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
And I could remember one Friday, the missionary and myself, plus Huzur himself, the 3 of us went to the palace. And when it was even time for Juma prayers, he said, Bako, you will call Azan. So I called Azan. Movi Kamar stood before us and gave some small sermon. And then I stood shoulder to shoulder with Huzur, and 3 of us, we prayed. And the whole village, they came and surrounded us, because they were surprised to see a black man in midst of white men praying.
apart from Juma and advising you, his lifestyle itself, what?
He was a very simple lifestyle man. He never wore expensive dresses. And he didn't like expensive food. Whatever was available. That was why he used to ride the tractor. Because at any time he felt that consumption, we had a Ford pickup which consumed more petrol. So in order to safeguard mission's money or the project's money, at times we come with a tractor.
And I just saw the struggle we had to go through to be here. So around that time,
I tell you that this one was a better road. It was our tractor that we used to pave road. So you can imagine, like here, a wheel here, that's all. You move. Until recently, I never knew that he had devoted his whole life to Ahmadiyya. Until quite recently. It makes me to reflect and to now reason why he was so committed to work. He was not lazy. He was not selfish. He was ready to share ideas with you whenever you were wrong. And he was ready to listen to your advice.
It was
a concept among those agriculture experts that wheat cannot be grown here. But there is some Hamatan season. So I felt that during Hamatan, where the temperature goes down, we can grow wheat. But how? There's no water. I said that I was of the view that if we get water or irrigation facility, then we can grow wheat easily. I asked one of my friends in Nigeria to send me some wheat seed. And that experimented there. It grew very well. We irrigated them with sprinklers. We lift the water from Volta River, and it was quite successful. And even up to now, Amir Sahib, Ghana, Wahab Sahib has kept that quantity of the wheat into a jar, and he has kept that jar in the exhibition hall of Ghana Jamaat. Up to now, they are very well preserved.
Islam has been brought by Allah. Let them merge it. It is the way to Allah.
You have been witness to an incredible journey. To be devoted in the service of God is to sacrifice your life, honor, and wealth. It is to exercise the highest level of obedience and humility. It is to treat your fellow man with kindness and kinship. It was these qualities and the prayers of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih that enabled Hazur to succeed where everyone else had failed. A living example for all of us to follow. Hazur spent a total of 8 years of service in Ghana.
It's an example of humility, it's an example of obedience, it's an example of commitment, it's an example of recognizing a human being for his work, what he is.
God had a mission for him, so he made sure he protected him, he made sure he groomed him, he made sure he protected him in such a way that nobody in future will have any cause for pointing a unnecessary finger at him.
He remained humble throughout. He remained dedicated throughout. He went through all possible hardships that anybody can go through without any complaint. And that is a mark of a real devotee, somebody who is dedicated to the cause.
Salamu alaikum ya jama. Assalamu alaikum.
The Ahmadiyya Agriculture Project was an incredible success. But the village of Dipale is not forgotten. The village that welcomed the Jamaat is now itself a proud owner of a school, a farm that will forever bring a better harvest for all the futures to come.